TikTok has been really reactionary historically, but that's where this kind of popped off, and so I started on TikTok, and I'm gonna try to get this camera so it's kind of looking at that same fucking background, maybe a little bit more. Um, Let me get that fucking. So if we do this, at least the t-shirt is visible, right? Like, sit back and it's not like taking a selfie, right? If you get on the tube, so I'm just trying to find a place for this camera and see if anybody joins us to try to get the fucking effort started on YouTube. Because we do a Sunday morning show on TikTok that has been compromised, I would say. But welcome to the nascent theocracy, or theocracy, autocracy, right? This is an article by Robert B. Hubble. Let's call it by its name, a coup. On Friday, January 31st, Trump moved to complete the coup he began on January 6th, 2021. Trump failed the first time, and he will fail again. Let's fucking hope, because he has underestimated the American people. We must steel ourselves, because things will get worse before they get better, but they will get better. It is a fool's bet to assume that the American people will sit idly by as their freedoms are stolen by a corrupt oligarch and a convicted felon destroying the government to promote their selfish interests. Speaking the truth about what is happening is difficult and unpleasant. That's why we don't hear any of the fucking politicians in charge of any of this fucking shit standing up. Where the fuck are they? My girlfriend is really stressed out. She's like, how are people in Congress, not just Democrats, who are, yes, all right, they're going to vote against everything, but are they really coming out and saying what's up and talking about the fact that the emperor has no fucking clothes at all? Thanks for joining. If you guys are going to come over from TikTok, I got this screen split up. I'm just trying to see if I can still see comments here. But this is an article by Robert Hubble that I wanted to read and get through, because I haven't read the whole thing, and I want to know why he thinks that it's going to be okay, because it's starting to scare the fuck out of me. Where are the fucking good-thinking Republicans? Where are the honest, decent people who understand that this dude is making it the moves he needs to make to consolidate power in the office of the fucking presidency? It's absolute embarrassment. The country that I knew is already gone, and we need to act now to pull this out of the fire. So here's what dude says: speaking the truth about what is happening is difficult and unpleasant. Hearing the truth is also difficult and unpleasant. But the longer we fail to recognize that the current situation is what it is, a slow rolling coup attempt, the longer it will take for us to recover it. I know this is a challenging time, and that many readers are outraged, fearful, and dispirited. Yes, we get out there in the community, and it's like, wow, people are really fucking stressed about this shit. Join me in a community on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern, on the Substack app for a live stream discussion. If you want to get involved with this guy, Robert Hubble from Substack, he seems to know what he's talking about, but we're going to look at the rest of this here. But it's at Saturday morning on Substack. If you got the Substack app, I don't know what that is. Live stream discussion about the coup that is taking place right the fuck now in America under our eyes, with all the smiling idiot rednecks from the country, all the crackers that no one fucking even wants in charge of anything. They are making the deplorables, people. The deplorables are in charge. The monkeys are in charge of the fucking zoo. God, it's so nice to think that like somebody's just not going to pop up and kick me off for talking to me, But like I was saying on the talk, it's probably only a matter of time. And we talk about TikTok for a second. First, Trump agrees it's a fucking risk. And now he's like, oh, it's all right. I wonder which one of his rich fucking millionaires told him not to get rid of TikTok, right? That's all he gives a fuck about. Elon Musk has an office in the fucking White House. He literally had the oligarchs on display at the fucking at the inauguration. They're all right there. It's like, yeah, don't worry. It's not going to be a dictatorship. It's not going to be an oligarchy. It's not going to be an authoritarian bureaucracy. And there they were, just on the stage. I am speaking more directly and using stronger words to describe the situation than many of the mainstream media outlets. CBS, CNN, and NYT are reporting on bits and pieces of Trump's action as if they are political stories, but those outlets are not addressing the obvious coordinated nature of the unprecedented attacks on DOJ, FBI, Office of Personnel Management, Treasury Department, and dozens of other agencies. Taken together, those actions amount to a hostile takeover of the U.S. government by those who are loyal to Agent Orange, Trump himself, rather than the Constitution. The only word that accurately describes this situation is coup. Any other description is a sign of fear, submission, or surrender. Yes, capitulation. People are just like, well, he won. He can do it. No, now is the fucking time. Now is the time. Stand up now against the government or lose your country. The Civil War is fucking afoot, man. Usually coups occur between political adversaries competing for the control of the government. Here, the coup is an effort by Trump to overthrow the Constitution and establish himself as the unbounded dictator of the United States. The only word that accurately describes that situation is a coup, right? Any other description is fear, submission, or surrender. Fortunately, many independent political commentators are raising the alarm in ways that the legacy media is not. Blue Sky, which I got to join, I haven't done it, has become an indispensable source of resistance and information. Gonna get on Blue Sky. Gonna do that as soon as I'm done here today. Thanks for joining, you guys. I know it's new. We're gonna move this whole thing to YouTube because I can't say what I want to say on TikTok without getting kicked off. I don't even know what the fuck I said today. It took them 10 minutes to get rid of me, and all I'm doing, honestly, is ranting about the political situation in the country. You know, I didn't even call anybody a weird name. I don't think. Just stupid. You know, but again, if the emperor is stupid, you got to call him stupid. If he's just a bad person who's doing bad things, somebody's got to say it. It's not funny what he's doing. Facebook is also emerging as a source of statements and leaks by government insiders. Yeah, that, the taking away the fact checkers might backfire on them, right? And I'm thinking that's what happened with TikTok. There's like it must make Trump money or think that it has influence. So that he can use TikTok to continue to lie to people and fool them. Someone thinks that it's useful to him, and so he pulled it out of the fire. To the extent you can, amplify those voices and add your own to the swelling chorus of alarm and indignation that will eventually stop Trump's unfolding coup. We stopped Trump's initial attempt to freeze grants, loans, and we can do it again. See, he's not wrong about that. He already shot himself right straight in the dick with that, did Trump, when he froze all the grants and loans, and the people lost their shit. Republicans, they didn't even know what to say because they have to. They feel like they have to defend this boob, and no one will stand up to him. So here's just a partial list of what's happening. Musk and a team of DOGE infiltrators have taken over the Office of Personnel Management, OPM, and by connecting non-government computer servers to the U.S. personnel mainframe computers. They have reportedly seized private information about millions of federal employees. They have locked the senior managers of the OPM out of their agency's computers. They have moved sofa beds into the OPM offices and put the offices into a lockdown mode. See Reuters, and it gives you links here. So you can fact check what he's saying. I'm going to take his word for it. The hostile takeover of OMP allowed Musk to send an unauthorized memo inviting millions of federal employees to resign in exchange for 8 months of non-working paid employment. 2 unions representing federal workers filed a lawsuit challenging Trump's plan to reclassify and terminate hundreds of thousands of federal workers. This is, and we'll get to a blog where that's step 2. First, the second thing is you replace all the fucking government employees with loyalists. That's the bet here, right? Second, the first one is you run on autocracy. You tell the idiots that you're going to be a strong leader and you're going to tell them what to do and you're going to take care of it and you are going to fix the problem, right? And this is what he did. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to make it great again. If it's broken, I'm going to do it. You run on that, you win. And now step 2, retire all government employees. We're at step 2. They've literally we just talked about in the article itself. Musk has invited everybody to they are now working on getting rid of all of the government employees and replacing them with loyalists. That's step 2. Then step 3 is ignore the courts, they'll attack Madison versus Marbury. Blah blah blah. We can get back into that. It's underway. They have a plan. And now they're carrying it out thanks to you stupid fuckers in the country. Every one of you last motherfuckers who voted for Trump, you're gonna get what you deserve. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think it's and they're blaming everything on DEI. What an idiot! It's so he's just like doing a dance for the dirty fucking rednecks who got him elected in the country. Homophobic creeps, misogynistic Christian fucks. Makes me sick just to fucking be here right now. But I'm not leaving. We got to do something. We got to fucking do. Yeah, you don't like it, get out, right? How many times do I get hit with that one? Yeah, on TikTok, the trolls. Yeah, like maybe you should just move. No, I'm a patriot. I'm gonna fucking use what I can and do what I can to fix this fucking problem that you all fucked up. But as of Friday evening, the acting U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. fired about 30 U.S. attorneys who prosecuted January 6th insurrectionists. Yes, it was so terrible to go after those guys who were beating police officers. DOJ fired dozens of prosecutors who handled Jan 6 cases. Think about that for a moment. The convicted felons who attacked the Capitol have been pardoned, and the loyal servants of the Constitution who prosecuted them have been fired. If this doesn't outrage you as an American, I got no help for you. I don't know what else you could fucking possibly do to make people see. But again, they don't want to see. And again, then it's on the opposition. That's how badly the left fucked this up. Also on Friday evening, the FBI told 8 of its most senior leaders to resign or be fired on Monday. Those senior officials head divisions of the DOJ responsible for cybersecurity, national security, and criminal investigations. And there's another link to read about senior FBI leaders ordered to resign or retire or be fired. The FBI has fired dozens of agents who worked on investigations of January 6th insurrectionists and has asked for a list of every agent across the U.S. who worked on the largest criminal investigation in the history of the FBI. That list will include hundreds, possibly thousands of FBI agents. The implication of the memo ordering the compilation of the list is that those agents may be fired. See Reuters. Trump's DOJ launches and another link. Also on Friday, it goes on. It goes on. The FBI. Thank you, Matt, and thanks for commenting, buddy. Good man. And I guess that that's what we're gonna do. I'll just suffer with a couple of viewers until people start catching on. But yeah, they're gonna and they're giving me that was two weeks in a row. I got kicked off of TikTok. So if that happens again they're gonna start nicking me, right? So it's gonna be just videos and really mellow lives advertising this channel on YouTube. Thank you guys, appreciate you. Also on Friday, the FBI told senior agents in charge of field offices in Miami, Philadelphia, Washington, New Orleans, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles to resign or be fired on Monday. Readers alerted me to the postings on Facebook and elsewhere claiming to be from current government employees describing an atmosphere of chaos and fear as Doge infiltrators ominously demanded lists of employees who are apparently next to be fired. Dozens of the government websites were taken offline Friday, ostensibly to be scrubbed for references to diversity, gender, or human attributes that are not white, male, and Christian. The effort was brutish, clumsy, and ignorant. The Census Bureau website was offline as Doge infiltrators attempted to remove references to the fact that America includes people who are not white, male Christians. Websites relating to LGBTQ equality, women's health, transgender issues, and scientific knowledge in general were taken down. For the next 4 years, you're not going to be able to count on the government for any of that kind of shit, people. You got to educate yourself, man. The Pentagon has advised NBC, NYT, and NPR and other mainstream media outlets that they would be rotated out of the building to make room for New York Post, Breitbart, and OANN. They're putting their own media in place. As all of the above is happening, Republicans in the Senate will vote to confirm a director of national intelligence with suspiciously warm views towards Putin and an FBI director who published an enemies list that included dozens of politicians, journalists, military officers, and career government officials. Oh, and the Republican Party is facilitating the rolling coup. No, that's not quite right. They're cheering it on. Yes, they're not just facilitating it, they're cheering it on. As with the freeze on grants and loans, it will take a few days for the American public to understand the implications of what is happening. It is up to us to help spread the word. What can we do here? Here's what we can do. Trump's rolling coup, his mistakenly rolling coup, is predicated mistakenly on his belief that the American people are sheep. Only the Christians are sheep. Only the 49% of people that voted for him are sheep. He believes that he believes that we will sit still while he does whatever he wants. He is wrong. America is based on the consent of the governed, and its economic health requires the cooperation of the participants in the economy. If Americans withhold their political consent and economic cooperation, both the political and financial systems in America will grind to a halt. What does withholding consent and cooperation look like? How do we do this? It's difficult to predict, given in the fluid situation, but the citizens of other nations that have grappled with similar challenges have used sustained and massive street protests, national work strikes, work slowdowns, taxpayer strikes, business boycotts, transportation boycotts. To be clear, I am simply making an observation about how aspiring dictators in other countries have been brought to heel and held to account. Soon, very soon, Americans will be called upon to leave the comfort of their homes and the anonymity of their computer screens to engage in massive, coordinated action to remind Trump and Musk that they are servants of the people, not vice versa. Trump announced 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada. As one Canadian official noted on Friday, the Canadian auto industry, which is a major parts supplier to the U.S. auto industry, cannot survive for a week with 25% tariffs. The Canadian supply chain will be shut down. The American car industry will be severely damaged. Tens of thousands of auto workers laid off. We aren't talking about inflation increasing or the cost of eggs. We are talking about tens of thousands of job losses and an economic shock likely to lead to a recession. And this has been what happens over the last 40 years, right? Every little once in a while, the Republicans come in with their bullshit, try their trickle down crap, give tax cuts to the wealthy, blow up the fucking economy until it pops like a bubble and shits the bed. The point is that Trump's anti-democratic blitz is occurring in an environment in which he is making the stupidest economic moves made by any president since Herbert Hoover. That background will provide fertile soil for massive action by Americans who are fed up with Trump and Musk acting like dictators. I believe in the strength and resiliency of the American people. It may take longer than some of us would like, but they will awaken, like the sleeping giant that German spies warned Hitler about on the eve of World War II. I understand those who are frustrated and angry over the seeming flat-footed response of Democratic leadership. And that's kind of what I was bitching about today. And my girlfriend is really upset. Where are the people, right? But this week it's like, okay, it seems like maybe they're getting ready to be like, what? But complaining is not a strategy. It's true. Issue spotting, not a strategy. Assigning blame is not a strategy. It's blame it was probably DI's fault. Taking action is a strategy. Spreading the truth is a strategy. Making the daily phone calls recommended by Jessica Craven, another link, Jessica Craven, just like it sounds, Craven, look her up. So to the extent you can, direct all your anxious energy and anger toward action. The first time you learn of a protest march near you, show up. And the next time, the next time, and the next time. In many nations, small protest marches gain momentum in a matter of weeks. Hey, this guy's back every day, and he's really an optimist, isn't he? He thinks we've got the fucking power to do it ourselves. And I'm on that side of things. But here's a little blog here that I'll finish this blog. Step 3 is ignore the courts. When he starts attacking Madison and Marbury, the decision that said the Supreme Court interprets the Constitution and can strike down laws that are unconstitutional, it's the one case that gives the Supreme Court power beyond being just an advisory board. But the Supreme Court already gutted some of their power by saying the president is immune from criminal prosecution for official acts. See, he's already fucking. Step 4 is only allow those to run for Congress that are loyal to Trump. Step 5, centralize police and federalize the National Guard. Step 6, shut down independent media, which already, I was just, they're already starting to rotate out traditional media sources and put in their bobos who will accurately disseminate their narrative, right? And you can, it's hardly his press secretary, who's clearly like a chick that he wants to fuck. It's like, you think he's got a type, this creep? Looks like the daughter he wants to fuck, right? The press secretary with a giant fucking cross the size of fucking Flava Flav's watch on his chest. Is there clocks on his chest? Is the fucking cross this girl comes out with? She could barely hide the smirk on her face. She is so pleased with herself that she can just fuck the libtards, right? Common sense. Yeah, common sense. Let's put a drunk woman abuser, wife abuser, serial rapist, asshole in charge of the fucking military. Literally. The first day that guy's in charge, we crash fucking an army helicopter, but it's some gay guy's fault or some black guy's fault because he got a job he shouldn't have got, or they got a job they shouldn't have got. It's unbelievable, and people, no one gives a fuck. The average asshole, they don't give a shit. Step 7, turn out mobs. That's their plan. And now I sound crazy. And now I sound crazy because it is. Oh, and I know I sound crazy. That should be. But they're doing it and it's out in the open and not enough people are paying attention. Trump is using Christianity. Yes, he is co-opting the faith and changing it to be cruel. It's easy to have a Christian justify murder and suffering as justifiable because that is part of their dogma. Yes, suffering is part of their dogma. They hang their hat on it. Trump and JD Pants, I call him Shady Pants. JD Vance, Agent Orange, and Shady Pants. They can't do their plan without Christians. Yes, they are his base. And I won't bore you guys with that. That's a link on that blog I found on Reddit today. I appreciate you guys for hanging in this morning. Spread the word for people to subscribe if you can. You guys, I'm not going to hang out for too much longer here today, but I will start doing this every Sunday on YouTube. I do have a team. Guy was sick today. Something going around. But he'll be a good partner and a good sounding board. I know Lorna D from TikTok wants to be on the team. I got Nick in Vegas who can contribute science articles and real stuff. I got to believe that we could do it. If we did it on TikTok, we can put a team together on YouTube that gets some fucking notice. I'll fucking say anything, especially now with what's going on. I will fucking say anything, and I'm not afraid. I'll draw Muhammad if I have to. I don't care. I don't care. It's gone far enough. The stupid have been taken advantage of by the rich and the greedy, the religious and the stupid, and the trusting and the gullible, and the credulous, well-meaning twits off in the country have been abused into floating this crooked shipwreck of a fucking politician to the very heights of power, and we need to fucking wrest him out of there. Yeah, we'll do it it's 10:30, Matt. I start at 10:30, and we'll see if that changes. I might actually go 10 Central Time. But yeah, and like I say, anybody who wants to help. Any of you guys, if you want to be an actual, I don't know anything about running the YouTube yet, as far as like accepting guests or having co-hosts or using StreamYard or some third website to create credits or skits if I want to like play a video within my live, because we do, I'm still going to do the skits and put my shorts up on YouTube. If TikTok goes away, I got a million of them, and I got longer ones. Obviously, but I need actors. I need voice guys. I need people willing to produce. I need people who want to, work on marketing and just email blasts and whatever else. So thank you, for staying in touch. If you can watch and interact, that's just as good as anything else too. Appreciate it. Let me look at the. I'm really, really waiting for the response on this. You know what I want to know is when Netanyahu came to see Musk or came to see Trump, who won the comb over contest? That's what I want to know. They say Trump's fucked up. His thing is fucked up. I don't know what's going on with that thing. It's like a spider web of like fluffy hairs going in different directions to try to create. Whereas Netanyahu's just got that classic pasted to the top of his head from one side. Straight. Got to give him props. That thing is razor perfect. Old school comb over right across the top of his flat, conservative, dirty head. Or Trump's fluffy cloud of weird, whatever the fuck that is, blonde pubes that he's got going on his fucking cranium. His fat, giant, ugly head. Family member said Trump is after Christians next with an apostrophe. God, do I hate people who write apostrophe in plurals. That's a real fucking pet peeve of mine. Trump is after Christians. Oh yeah, he's not, but that's the danger, isn't it? Right? If you fucking go down that slippery slope. Yeah, well, he went. I guess that's true. The first comment is, well, he targeted the bishop that was talking about mercy. So if you're actually on message, if you're actually out there with Christ's message, Trump doesn't want to hear it because they're about vengeance and gun-toting male empowerment, white male Christian empowerment. So I don't think he's going to do that. But as soon as you allow the government to start legislating religion like that, yeah, one day they're going to come for your snake handling church and tell people it's not safe anymore and you can't do it. Your freedom of religion only goes so far in a country where the Branch Davidian shit happened. It only goes so far, and as soon as you start fucking with the government's interests, they'll shut your ass down when they need to. Why do you think Mormons can't marry a bunch of wives anymore? Not because they modified their religion. Because no, the government was like, you know what? No, and they're like, okay, why? It's their religion. Let them marry any fucking thing they want. If we have true freedom of religion, but no, there's really not true freedom of religion because so sooner or later the government wants its cut, and it's too easy to get away with shit when you got 10 wives. They want one wife, one tax set, Christian values, traditional Christian values. Yeah, I don't. Looking for the first next new comment. I don't know how to do that with. Oh yeah, I think you can. Nuts. Trump sees himself as God and can't handle the competition. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. A group known as the Muslim Identity hosted a meeting to discuss their plans to take over Britain. Yes. That's fabulous, man. Look at these pinheads, man. What's worse than Islam? What's worse than the fucking ideas behind Islam? They're like, we will outbreed you. Fucking douchebags. Go the fuck away. I can't wait till Islam catches up and starts going downhill like Christianity is. If God exists, he sucks at his job. Yes. I know, like, go through the Reddit headlines. Some of these people's fucking blog posts. This is like a kid, right? No punctuation, no capitalization. If God exists, he sucks at his job. Your tax dollars are about to fund religious schools, Salafist madrasas, and satanic temples. Well, if they're going to fund Christian schools, they can at least fund satanic temples, right? Let's examine why Saudi Arabia's Islamists are so aroused over the U.S. Supreme Court 6-3 ruling by June that uses public money to fund religious madrasas is perfectly fine. The court took on that case last week from Oklahoma, where an online Catholic school, St. Isidore, but really more of 75 across from Home Depot. I love it. It calls them out where it was after it was denied a charter and tax dollars. The outcome is foretold on a court that interprets English rather like J.P. Morgan wants his lawyers to interpret the law. I don't know, as I want a lawyer to tell me that what I cannot do. I hire him to tell me to do what I want to do. Wahhabism or Salafism. Most puritanical, uncompromising form of Sunni. Yeah. Yeah, that's another cat that's already out of the bag in America is that fucking the vouchers, the school vouchers, paying for shit that paying for kids to go to religious school. Imagine being able, imagine your tax dollars being able to pay for your neighbor's kids to get lied to about the truth of the world and nature. No fucking advanced country should allow that to happen. How are we lying to our kids about science? Because that doesn't hurt the government like bigamy does. But they can outlaw bigamy, but they can't outlaw bad science. Because they don't care. Keeping people stupid is what they want. They want to keep people stupid. I'm talking to a guy I found out later is a hardcore Catholic. I need some encouragement. That means that she wants to, right? I'm talking to a guy. That's what the kids say now. Yeah, I've been talking to somebody. That means that like they're dating or they're interested in each other. Might go out. Yeah, you need to break up with him. That's your encouragement. What are you still talking to him for? If he's a hardcore Catholic, run. Have you seen Mel Gibson? Completely off the rails. What a nut job. Completely denies carbon dating and everything that every scientist has ever figured out. What Mel Gibson knows better. What a fucking douche. Should atheists be working harder to proselytize on the streets? Yes. So unfortunately, yes. And I'm about to get back at that. And you don't make it about atheism. You make it about personal freedoms. You make it about what Americans don't understand. They don't want people telling them what religion to be in. Well, we don't want the government telling us we have to be in any religion or promoting the idea that everybody agrees that there's a God. No, it needs to go away. Pastor shamelessly encouraging parents to take control over their children. Oh, yeah. Bill requiring 10 commandments to be displayed in public schools advances. Yes, Montana. Good job. Montana doesn't want to be left behind. Getting that line to be the stupidest state. Kim Davis's lawyer eager for next step as he argues same-sex marriage case before appeals panel. He intends to appeal to the U.S. I don't get that. Yeah, I'm not going to read that one. All right, gang. I'm going to blast off. Love you guys for hanging in and sticking it out. We will get this thing going, and maybe I'll be back on TikTok next week to switch over and start piling people on. All right. Appreciate you guys. Stay in touch, Pojo. We will talk soon. Have a great Sunday. Bye.